Thanks for joining me today. Today, I want to talk specifically to marathon runners, whether you're a longtime marathoner with dozens of marathons under your belt, or you're a first timer and you're looking to really push yourself and see how well you can do, whether that is with a spectacular time or, getting to the finish line or whatever it is. This is for those runners that are really looking to push themselves and do the best that they possibly can do. The reason that I'm bringing this up today is, as a coach, I've had so many people refer to a coach as somebody that provides a training plan. Now, a coach will provide a training plan, but in the whole scheme of things, that is such a small part of what a coach does. And a training plan doesn't necessarily mean provide the plan, hand it to the athlete, and away you go. And this goes whether you're a recreational runner or a professional runner or whatever level you're at. The key is, if you're somebody that really wants to push yourself, see how well you can do, why not go and give yourself the best opportunity to do that? Specifically in relation to marathon runners, at the very least, you're putting in 12, 16, 20 weeks of really hard work. It takes hard work. It takes commitment. It takes motivation. It takes discipline. It takes building really good habits, whether that's around strength and conditioning, nutrition, sleep and recovery, cross-training as far as stretching and yoga and sports massage, and looking after that body and making sure that you're giving it the best opportunity to not only get through 16 weeks of hard training, but also to excel on race day. The objective is always to peak on race day. And, a generic plan off the internet or even a coached plan that is written for an athlete and just handed to the athlete to go out and achieve that or follow through and complete that plan is very unlikely to produce the perfect result or the best result on the day. Things change, and one of the things a coach does is they are able to shift things around. Every session has a purpose. Every session on a plan is designed for a purpose. It is scheduled not only for the plan, but in that week, whether that is to promote fatigue, whether that is to clear fatigue, whether that is to, push the runner for endurance, speed, whatever it is that particular athlete needs to work on at that particular time of the plan. There are a lot of things specific to the athlete, to the race. When we talk about race tactics and race-specific training, that is really important. So you wouldn't take a plan for, say, Boston Marathon and use that for somebody who's running Tokyo or Chicago or London or Valencia or any of these, anything else. I mean, it's specific to that particular race. And again, I would argue that it needs to be specific to that individual runner. So I often wonder why it is that professional athletes, professional runners, all have coaches. Obviously, the reason is because they're looking to push themselves and get the best result on race day. And the question is, why don't recreational runners? And I understand we don't do it to make money, but we do it to improve ourselves, to prove to ourselves what we are capable of. And that is such a good reason to hire a coach, as opposed to taking a plan, talking to other runners. Other runners will know what worked for them, where a coach has worked with hundreds of other runners in the past, and they can spot individual things in the individual athlete that will help them achieve their goals. I can say this, one of the things that I've noticed over the years is when it comes to recreational runners, a coach will push them on sessions that will help increase that runner's self-confidence. And the reason is because a coach can identify what an individual runner is capable of, that individual doesn't realize that they're capable of. And when they finish a session that they've been really pushed on, that sense of self-satisfaction and self-belief that is created, and the coach nurtures that and helps that individual reach that point. It's hard to grasp how important that is to build that self-belief and that self-confidence in the athlete when they realize that they can run at a specific pace over a specific distance and push themselves to places and to achievements that they've never pushed or achieved before. It's just life-changing, and that is the real benefit of hiring a coach. I would highly recommend, even just once, hire a coach. That coach is probably a whole lot less expensive than you think. And when it comes to what you get from a coach that you don't get from just a training plan, it is just night and day. It's such a different experience to have that support and that accountability and that coach who believes in you to help bring out the best in your abilities and to time the sessions and the whole plan so that come race day you're peaking. You're full of self-belief. You know you can do this. So when it comes to the coach, what they're building in you is, really good nutritional habits, really good rest and recovery and sleep habits, really good hydration habits, really good mindset activities, building that mental strength that is really difficult. A lot of runners just don't put in the effort into that mental resilience that it takes specifically for a marathon. One of my favorite sayings is that training for a marathon isn't about the marathon. It's about becoming the person who can run a marathon. And when it comes to running the best marathon you have on the day, it's just hard to underestimate how much a coach can help, as opposed to somebody that's just going to try to do it on their own. Nobody's going to support you like a coach will, because when you do well, they do well. Nobody goes into coaching to become rich. We go into coaching because we get great satisfaction out of seeing people do things that they never thought possible. So look us up. Look up a coach. You can find my services on jmruncoach.com. But if it's not me, look for other coaches. With me, I think it's important. So I don't give my athletes an entire plan. I give them 1 week at a time. And then every week we have a video call and we chat about how the previous week went, how they're feeling. It's a mutual discussion. And then we talk about what's coming up in the next week. And it gives us the opportunity to change things up where we need to change, to work on things that need work, to double down on the things that are working well, and to have a real conscious plan in place for how things are going, and we can adjust as we need to. It's a great pleasure and privilege of mine to be able to work with runners, particularly runners who have specific goals, that have the desire to put in the hard work. For me personally, if I get a sense that an athlete does not want to put in the work, they just like the idea of putting in the work but aren't willing to put in the work, I probably won't take that athlete on. It's important to me that our discussions and everything we do is open and honest with each other. So I will be open and honest with my athletes. I will let them know if their goals are too ambitious or maybe not ambitious enough, and we can push a little bit harder. The job of a coach is to kind of evaluate what the athlete is capable of. If you're going to put in the effort to put in 16 weeks of hard training, focused training, you might as well hire somebody who can help you absolutely smash that goal. It is life-changing. Whether your goal is to just finish the marathon and feel good at the end, maybe it's to break 5 hours, maybe it's to break 4 hours, maybe it's to break 3 hours, maybe it's to break 2.5 hours, whatever your specific goal is, consider a coach, because they have your best interest in mind, and it'll give you the best opportunity to hit that target. Okay, if you have any questions, and I would really appreciate some feedback on this, why have you hired a coach? If you've had a bad coaching experience, what was it? And is it going to prevent you from using a coach again in the future? If you've had a really good coaching experience, tell us what it is that you enjoyed about it. And why would you not? If you would never consider hiring a coach, why? Why is it that you would choose to do it on your own when you're going to put in that kind of work? So I'm really genuinely interested in that. So please provide some feedback. So if you like this kind of content, hit the subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Hit the bell so you get notifications when new content goes up. Other than that, I wish you all the best in 2026. Let's crush some goals in 2026, and I will see you in the next video.